Welcome back to the Boundary Corner podcast, a part of the College Huddle Network, along with my partners, Brian Siegler, Jonathan Talley, and Shelton Moss. I am Curtis Wilson. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Jeremy Counts, down at the Counts Family Pharmacy, your friendly neighborhood pharmacy located at 301 South Main Street in Blacksburg. We are also brought to you by Moments on the Maury. Do you need to get away from your football team for a weekend? Then Moments on the Maury, located just outside Lexington, Virginia, may be the place for you. Owned by a proud, but by a text I got from him this weekend, very frustrated Hokie. Very frustrated Hokie. If you are looking to go sit by the river, primordial scream, while burning a nice campfire, maybe doing some fishing, maybe getting a kayak just to wander off about life and about this team right now, this might be the place to go for a weekend. And in case you need to watch the game because something hits you inside that said, I just got to watch it, yes, you can live stream there at this place. Moments on the Maury. Check it out. We always put the link in the chat. I'm putting up something before I finish the read here. Yep. There's always time. Yikes. We'll put the link in the chat for it. Also, visit Moments on the Maury in their Instagram page.
Speaking of links in the chat, we got the link in the chat for the family out there, the listeners out there, to come and join us tonight. This is a therapy session. This is an Irish wake. We're
still telling the truth though.
We're saying goodbye, man. Curtis, you got the Hulk in the background, ready to Hulk out here. I'm throwing a link there in the chat, and if you guys see it in there, the StreamYard link, that's the way you can jump on here with us if you want to get a little something off your chest here as well in the process. So looking forward to hearing from everybody. Maybe not New King. This is family only tonight, but I appreciate you in the chat there.
Let New King come in. Shit, he'll be doing better than our coach. He at least knows what winning is. We might need to listen to him. Hell.
Hey, man, he might have something to impart upon us. We certainly are
struggling. That's right.
Well, listen. So if y'all see it,
go ahead.
Hold on, Charlie, real quick. This is the link you click in the chat to come basically air your grievances. You ain't getting a full hour. You ain't getting 2 hours. We're going to give you a few minutes.
Yeah. This isn't Space Rules. This is not, you got the mic for as long as you want the mic. This is, come on, let's say a little thing. We'll maybe do a little back and forth, and we'll get the next one up there. But we just wanted to hear from everybody. I think, when we looked at the Fuente era, I think a lot of people pointed to that Liberty game as kind of the breaking point. I know it was for Curtis and I. And I think, for a lot of fan bases and especially everybody on this podcast, I think this Vanderbilt loss and the way it went down was kind of a breaking point for us. So here we are.
Well, hold on. We voted after this game Saturday. All four of us, I sent a message and I said, y'all, and I'm the optimistic one usually of this crew. I am a very optimistic person in life in general. And I was like, I'm out. I can't do it anymore. So I'm out right now. I'm still going to watch the game. And I said here and I told somebody earlier, I hope I'm fucking wrong. I hope I'm absolutely wrong. And it's 10-2 in December and I am eating crow. That's what I hope.
There's no hope, Curtis.
But I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel the hope is gone. Again, I hope that happens, but it's gone.
Yeah, there's no hope. You can hope it. I'm glad that you are that kind of person because sometimes that's what we need. But what we also need is to be truthful with ourselves. True. And that's what I love about what we do. And again, what Curtis was saying, we love y'all. We are family. We're glad that y'all tune in and spend some time with us. I ran a space after the game till probably about 2:33 in the morning, just getting some stuff out, letting people vent. It's great, man. I love Hokie Nation. I love my guys. But this is not what you want to see. This is what we've been seeing is not what we want to see. I know we're going to get into it, but just going over some of the rules, or not really, I don't want to call them rules. That sounds bad, but just what we want to do here. If you got something, we want you to come in. We do want to hear from you. Please use the link, hop on, tell us how you feeling, where you're at right now. You ain't got 10 minutes. You ain't got 5. You got about 3 minutes. Come on, tell us how you feeling. Drop your point, and then we got to go to the next person. So unless you know some stuff that we don't know, is he getting fired? If you come on here and say he's getting fired, we're gonna let you talk all night because we ready to hear that. But anyway, Sheldon, you've been quiet, man. Are you here with me today?
No, I'm just I'm prepping my laundry list of attack points that I can skewer this coaching staff with.
Well, you hear laundry list, attack points, and skewer coming from Sheldon. You better get ready. You about to be in for a long night, buddy.
I try to tell y'all, however bad you think the prior has been, it's actually worse than you think. So
it's just eye-opening, man. It was eye-opening. It's because most of the time you've seen a team that hasn't really quit on a coach or hasn't quit playing. In a lot of games, we're like, oh, we almost there. We keep losing these close games. No, we to the point now where we getting ran off the field. You know, It's just it was a little bit it was a little bit the first week where it was a close game going into the fourth, and then we couldn't manufacture nothing, and then they just end up beating us by 2 scores. Then last week, you know, you had
10-point lead.
You were a 10-point lead going into halftime lead, and then it just snowballs into a joke. You know, I put a tweet out earlier, and I'll talk about it a little later. I don't want to get into everything now. But again, people think that I'm bashing tradition and I'm bashing the interest, and I'm not. But if you look at it, it is a joke. It's a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even know what to compare it to. I like to go through metaphors. There's nothing to compare it to. Everybody said we can't get rid of that. What do we need it for? Use it for motivation. I don't know how you do it or what you do, but I'm tired of every weekend y'all telling me how great the entrance is, and then we get killed on the field. And other teams are using us as a joke. Their PR teams are, it's exit 7-man now, or exit, I'm tired of all of that.
We asked it a joke is what it is.
Come on, man.
We got our first person.
First person jump on is
I think long-time friend, right?
Hey.
Good evening. Can y'all hear me?
First go round here.
Yes,
we got you, Vito.
Loud and clear, Vito.
Yeah, don't worry about the visual. I'm in bed playing Xbox.
That's okay. How you?
I'm in bed playing Xbox. Listen, I'm hot. I ain't gonna hold. I'm hot. What I can talk, or
you can say
you have the floor for the next couple minutes, man. It's all
this is the hold up before you start, Vito. Like I said, I didn't get all into it, but this is the realest as it's gonna get. You ain't gotta hold nothing back. Just say what you gotta say.
Okay, we ain't gotta play no politic games on here. I know y'all got relationships.
That's okay. You say what you gotta say.
I like Brent Pratt, a person. I think we all do, right? We all like Brent Pratt, a person. I don't like Brent Pratt, a coach, man. It's year 4, and I can appreciate what he's done as far as having to fix what dickhead left him. I understand that. I'm not here to act like he ain't did nothing, but it's at a point now where it's time for we need a complete change from the top down. With Babcock, you're gonna have your day in the sun. Excuse me. You're gonna have your day in the sun too with Babcock, but we talking ball right now. We need somebody away from the family, because even when they did it with Fuente, they tried to saddle him down with Beamer stuff. Like, now we need to detach from all of it. We need a whole new vision for Virginia Tech football. Shout out to Brent Price, he's a great guy, probably, all this shit. All this shit. They said he had a big dick and all that weird shit. Whatever. but we need somebody that's got a vision for Virginia Tech football that's going to take us into the future. No more Frank disciples. No more Bud Foster disciples. Nothing like that. The only person affiliated with Virginia Tech that realistically could get this head coaching job within 3 years will be Michael Vick, but we don't know if he's ready to run a program, to recruit, and all that shit. Shout out to him. You know, he's from the city. We from the same city, but I think we need to go into a different direction and not saddle the next AD or coach with the you need to be like Frank because Frank was a one of one. Ain't gonna
Yep.
be no more Frank Beamers.
Yes, sir.
That's my
real.
take.
That's real. Man,
That is real.
that's like I was just telling the guys. I kind of put a tweet out similar to that earlier, just about it. Got some flack from it, but what Vito said is I feel it. So great stuff, Vito. I'll say just real quick because I know you're doing your thing. Did you? Because I talked to you, so I know how you feel. But I want you to kind of tell them a little bit about. Did you feel that the end was there at the beginning of the season, or was it just this game that you was like, I'm broke? That's it.
In my honest opinion, we knew. Let me not speak for other people. I knew we was gonna lose to South Carolina, and the only question I kept asking myself and others was the performance in South Carolina bullshit, or was that did we really kind of turn a corner defensively? Because I'm the Virginia Tech fan that get on people's nerves because I'm the person that's always let's not like just kill everybody that leaves the program for good or bad reasons. So I'm the one saying, hey, I don't got to say nobody's names and all that, but hey, did these players actually suck or were they good? That we just saying that we better off now. You know, I hate to piss on people's parade, but I'm like, we kind of lost some good players, and I was just told that we was better off. So I don't argue with people. I just ask the questions before the games are played because people normally feel their best before the season. So I'm like, hey, y'all sure these guys good? And I watched the South Carolina game, and I'm seeing a nigga named Taco Fall. I know his name ain't Taco, but they tag Taco Fall. So I'm seeing Taco Fall get a TFL. I'm seeing, shout out to Emmett Laws. Emmett Laws had the game of his life. I'm like, y'all sure this is the real team, or maybe we would just gas up? It's South Carolina. We playing in Atlanta. Is we going against Shane? Is this the MP? They're like, no, this the real defensive line. We deep as hell. And then the very next week, not even 6 days later, Vanderbilt is running through big ass holes. So it's looking like I predicted 6-6. We're headed towards 6-6. But it's just I get tired of the propaganda, the lies, the spinning, the coke, the bullshit. It makes me disillusioned as a Virginia Tech fan because I know what the hell I'm looking at, but I keep getting told it's rain and not piss. That's all. That's all I got to say before I start saying shit to fuck y'all relationships up.
Oh, you good?
They already there. So
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
You ain't got to worry about that. But
I mean,
we appreciate you.
at this point, we kind of figure, we see the way the wind's blowing, man. Let's send this off the right way. Let's get the fans out there. Let's let them talk a little bit. We appreciate you, Vito, and always love
Thank
having
you.
you jump on with us.
Before I leave, let me just say, Boundary Corner podcast has always been the best Virginia Tech podcast, and that's no shade at nobody else. Y'all just better than everybody else. Y'all was better than me when I was doing this shit, and I've been doing this shit for a long time. So shout out to BCP. Y'all always do the work. Y'all always do the research before games. And I always enjoy listening to y'all interview people or do content because doing content is hard. Like people don't understand how much it's damn near a job, especially if you ain't making a whole bunch of money doing this shit. So shout out to y'all, man. Everybody, shout out to all y'all.
Appreciate it,
man,
Vito.
We appreciate you,
Appreciate
Vito.
Thanks for jumping on with us, man.
My guy. People don't know, man. Vito is
He's an OG
elderman
of
in the
doing this
game.
shit, man.
OG of
He's an
doing
OG
this.
of doing this shit.
He know his stuff, whether you listen to him or not, or you haven't listened to him. You should check out some of his stuff. Vito actually was the first person that I got on a podcast with. I don't even think it came out because me and him ended up just talking for like 3 hours. But anyway, Vito, thank you for coming on, man. Who we got next, Brian?
John Earl, boys.
John Earl.
John Earl. No picture for John Earl either.
Hey, what's going on,
Oh,
guys?
Hey,
Lord, turn it off.
there
Oh.
he is.
Where's
John
the Miller?
Earl.
Where's the Miller?
Right here in my
Where's the
hand.
beer? Yeah. Drink your worries away tonight, boys.
Dude, I had an alumni event tonight. I literally just got back, so I'm here.
All right, so go. What are you feeling, man? I mean, you've been around this program for a long, long time with your parents taking you up. You were at the game Saturday. I know you told us you were heading up. You're supposed to head up. Are you going back this weekend?
Yeah,
He's going. Oh, he's.
yeah. I'm going up this weekend with one of my neighbors who's never been to a Virginia Tech game ever, and I literally texted him after the game, after I got back to my hotel in Christiansburg. I said, I've never felt so disappointed in the second half in a long ass time. And he's like, wow, 34 points in the second half. I was like, you haven't experienced Virginia Tech football the way I have, but yeah. And I literally, so my parents have club seats. And as soon as we did not go for it on 4th down and 1 on the very first possession of the second half.
That was a pussy move.
No.
Pussy
Yes.
move. I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Move.
No, everybody in the East stands around me said, we're losing this game.
Yep.
Kid you not.
That's not, and the thing about that too, John, I'm glad that you are talking about that because you was there. I'm watching it on TV.
Yeah.
For people who chat, I know y'all was watching it, or probably some of y'all was there. That's not anybody being a hater. That's what you built as a coach. That's the reputation that you have. Whenever that happened, everybody said, okay, this game is going to go just like the other. Fucking how many games he been here? 35 games? 40 games? Somewhere around there? I think he's 16 and 23, somewhere around there. So
that was game 40.
Yeah.
So right around 40 games. So it's like,
Yeah.
this is what you built. This is what you are. This is what we know. But we've seen the team have fight. But at that point, it looked like they're on their sideline going crazy. They coaches are yelling at the refs, which they should have been, wanting to win, throwing headsets, running on the field. And our coach is over there clapping his hands, scratching his balls. Come on, man.
The notepad at this point is getting the notepad is killing me, man. I'm like,
quit it. There ain't shit else to write down.
At some point, get an intern to do that for you, and you be engaged in the game. You be active. You got to get active during these games.
All right, John. I was about to say, go ahead, Curtis. Get it back to him.
Earl, real quick. Like us four, we're in some chats with you.
Yeah.
Are you out? Are you out?
I'm definitely out on Prime at this point,
Okay.
as is like my whole family pretty much.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I'm out on Wit as well, but I feel like that's been known for a while. But yeah. But
What about Sands? We taking it all the way up to the top? We going Sands all the way down?
You might as well. But I will say I dug in a little deeper the other day because I'm a fucking nerd. I will say the interesting fact that I found is of Prize home games, he's only had 3 games that weren't sold out.
Damn. And I'm assuming
2 in 2022, Georgia Tech and Wofford, and then 2023 Syracuse. And that streak will probably end this weekend.
Yeah.
If it's not this weekend, it's definitely in Wofford.
All right. Well, Earl, appreciate you jumping on with us, man. Always fun to talk with you.
Yeah,
we're going to let somebody else up in here because the next person we're going to let up, well, he paid the bills. So he got to get his face time.
Oh, for
Sorry,
sure.
man. Appreciate it, Earl. Phil.
Hey, what up?
What is going on, man?
What up?
By the way,
burn it all down.
Burn it all down. Hold on, he's writing something.
Hang on, I'm drawing up a play here, and I'm gonna figure it all out. But I mean, I've been going to Tech games since I was in the womb. It's probably gonna be backwards, and it's in pencil. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says we deserve better. Like just like the guy who was just on, like so many sellouts with so much mediocrity, and like Chris Coleman at Tech Sideline, and those guys have finally been telling the truth about what the fuck has been going on and how bad it is. And it's so bad. Like we're this little podunk little school in little old Virginia Tech. And it's hard to believe that, what was it, 24 years ago, we had the highest paid coaching staff in the country, or second highest paid. Mm-hmm. We couldn't figure out that's what it took. I'm still wearing my damn Hokie shirt. I told Curtis, fuck it, I'm done with it. But I'm a basketball fan. So this is a basketball shirt. This is not a football shirt.
Okay.
Neo. I'm going to the Bahamas. Don't tell my kids, they don't know yet. But my ass is gonna be on TV, and I'm gonna be repping the Boundary Corner logo. I hope, but I'm just tired of it all.
Do not worry, Phil. Phil is going to do a live remote call-in from Atlantis in November. Yep, there you go. Let him get up here.
Frankie Hanky from like 1985. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm just like Frankie Allen. He was a terrible coach too. Not as bad as Coach Brent Pry. And I'm tired of hearing he's a nice guy. I don't care. He's paid $4.5 million. Be an asshole. Step up. Why are we not yelling at people? Why are we not yelling at people?
I get that.
Everybody says it. He's like, I'm getting my paid no matter what.
That's what it feels like. Yep.
I don't get it. It's just
when people's like, Phil, when I'm doing a space and then I get some people say, well, y'all have to understand. I said, I don't have to understand. He's a millionaire to be a loser.
Multi-millionaire
living in Blacksburg, Virginia, making $4.5 million to not coach and to go to PKs and drink.
But he loves the Almond Brothers, so it's cool, man. Let's
fuck
go.
The Almond Brothers. Fuck
Let's
Almond,
go. It's cool.
Fuck Almond Brothers. Cool. Fuck Almond Joy.
Like I don't the whole thing, but like honestly, the bigger issue, like, look, and the more I think about it, I would love to have Fuente back and his coaching ability with the resources that Brent Pry had would have been nice. Like Fuente with the talent last year, come on, man, that wouldn't even been fair in my opinion. And
Fuente was a piece of shit, though. He was gonna run people off because of how he was as a person. He could coach, but he just. You can't not go to schools in Virginia and say we just gonna go to Texas and that shit don't work. So honestly, I get where you coming from, Phil, but it's like his coaching ability was pretty good.
That's how screwed we are, Tally. That I think Fuente's the answer now.
But what the issue is that Wentz had 2 chances to hire a coach, and he's hired one total coach between 2 of them. He hired a guy that could coach but couldn't do everything else, and then he hired a guy that could do everything else, but he can't coach.
Forget everything we're talking about for a minute, and then I'm gonna let y'all throw it back to Phil for a second. Chat, I need y'all to understand the severity of this. Phil is so fucked up that he said, "Send me back to the oppressor."
Give me Fuente. Give me water bottle. Give me the water bottle.
That's how fucked up he is.
That's bad. That's
bad,
speaks volumes.
That speaks volumes.
It's so frustrating.
It's horrible.
I don't know, but maybe it's my fault for having high expectations and
no.
But like 3 sellouts, like it's there. I'm tired of all the excuses, but we need to start from the top. Like it's been a mess for a long time. We're too parochial. We have been. This all shucks attitude, we'll figure it out. Like the fundraising has never been there. We don't even have a head of fundraising in the right place. Like I don't know. Look, I don't have the answers, but I'm also, if you pay me $4 million, I'd pay somebody to get the damn answers. I can tell you that.
I like it.
I'd pay somebody a hell of a lot smarter than me. I wouldn't do anything. I'd be up there with a remote control. Like, look, I'm doing everything, but I'm not doing shit. Like that's what it looks like he's doing. Like they said at one point, he was trying to call a timeout in the game and somebody was pulling him back saying, don't call a timeout, dummy. We got plenty of time to call a timeout. Chris was like pulling him back at the end of the half. He's just I don't know. I don't understand. Like I've had enough beers to call a better game than he has in the second half. I don't get it. It doesn't. So, but y'all keep doing what you're doing. I quit Hokie football, but I'm still going to watch because I don't have any hobbies. And 2, and like, I love y'all. Like keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking about it. Cause eventually somebody will see it and they'll be like, damn, this is where we need to be.
Hey,
so damn
Bill. Listen,
basketball season is coming.
Neo is coming. Basketball season is coming. People hate basketball. Hey, but listen, I told you, as a sponsor of this show, you get first class treatment in December when we do it. And that's the night we get drunk and let shit go. We don't give a fuck. Bad things have happened that night.
I mean, this is basically that just without all the alcohol.
Without all the alcohol.
Speak for yourself on that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm riding the Voodoo Ranger with you
a little bit, but I ain't 10 deep. But
I don't know. Hokie fans deserve better. And we literally do. But I would say this ODU, it feels like every game is like, this is the biggest game ever. We're going to see what the stands look like at 7:00 Saturday night.
Yeah, right. Yep.
We're going to see what that looks like. And
I think people still going to be there, man. I feel
what else? Why not? I don't think
they're going to sell out, but I think people still going to be there because people love Virginia Tech, man. They're going to show up.
Paper bag game. Everybody wear a paper bag.
Please.
I hope some people do something. I just hope it's some kind of peaceful protest. Do something.
Peaceful protest.
Bags on other people. I don't know. It'll be good. Hey, women's soccer, man. Let's go. It's going to be great.
Let's go, women's soccer.
Let's go. Women's soccer, men's soccer. Let's go. That's what we got. So, thank you. Keep it up.
Thanks for jumping on, man. Later.
We deserve better. See y'all.
We deserve better. We deserve better. By the way, that is one of our sponsors for Moments on the Maury. I've known Phil close to, I guess, 20 years now, because when I started dating my wife and his wife basically grew up together. And by the way, Phil's the guy that let me get on lot one time, just so y'all know.
Pretty good.
He's the man that brought Curtis to lot 1.
So one question about Phil and Moments on the Maury. How many rooms is that place got?
So that place, if everybody wants to know, it is a 4-bedroom place. It's 3 full bedrooms with a bunk room for kids, plus pull-out sofas. I mean, you can look at the link in there, man.
Big ass walk-up deck.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome. It was so much fun going there this summer with our families. You know, me and him pounding beers, talking about this upcoming season. So again, check it out. You're supporting the Hokie when you do that. And obviously, he ain't fucking happy either. He texted me that shit multiple times over the weekend that he was done with baseball. Joe, get your ass off mute. Joe, we're going to kick your ass out if you don't get off mute.
He probably ran to the bathroom. Where's Shelton? I was about to throw it to Shelton.
There you go. Joe.
Joe.
If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, if you're saying
something,
Joe, we can't hear nothing.
By the way, here you go. 3 big bedrooms and a bunk bed. You can get air mattresses on the floors of those bedrooms.
Yeah.
Get this, Andretti. Click the link. Get him the link, Brian. Put it in there.
We'll go another one here.
Andretti, you hearing us, man? Click on and get with us. Joe, we're gonna give you 30 seconds. We're gonna put you back in the waiting room.
Yeah, like Chris said, he said Joe taking care of that baby.
He probably is, yeah. You're right.
Hey, listen, the reason I was so damn late coming tonight was because wife went to the girls' night and I had to make sure the kids were asleep before I ran in here.
Right.
They were asleep.
Now, we hadn't heard much from the statistician, Shelton.
Yeah.
Shelton, do you got anything that you want to throw in? I know you got a lot, but do you got anything you just want to throw in right now?
I mean, no, I'm kind of sitting on my spiel right now.
Okay.
But
That's
yeah,
fine.
it's I don't even know how it's physically possible to play that bad in a single half. Getting out yarded by 300. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. We didn't have a single good play in that entire half that actually meant anything. And I thought we barely had we didn't have a single good defensive drive at all. It's just shocking.
We barely played one good defensive snap, and I didn't see any good offensive snaps that whole second half. It was atrocious. It was one of the worst halves of football I've ever watched in any sport. And I've watched Gallaudet play a playoff caliber Randolph Bacon squad and get hammered. And this was not even that. I've watched when Thomas Jefferson was an awful Richmond football program, play some of the best of the best in Highland Springs and some of the others in the area, and get just mollywop back in the 2000s and early 2010s. And this for the half that we watched, that was the worst I've seen in terms of lopsided performances.
That was
it. It was depressing.
That was it. There was effectively, with no fight, no thought, no game plan. What you said, Talia, there was no fire on the sidelines, ripping people and screaming at people. There was a look somebody caught, I think, and it literally said it was late third or early fourth quarter. That picture where Price just sitting there, just glancing, what the hell's happening? And it's you're getting paid, as Phil said, you were getting paid $4.5 million to coach football. So yeah. Hey, listen, I love all the comments in the chat. Don't get me wrong, but this is about y'all. The things y'all are typing, get on here, say them. If you have a video, cool. If you don't have video, as long as we can hear your voice, this is what it's about tonight. We're just telling the truth about where the program is in general, and it's not in a good spot. Now, saying that, I think we will all agree where we are as far as relationship ways with high schools. Probably fix that. That's at a significantly better spot than it was in 2020, the end of 2021.
I feel like somebody put a good tweet out. I can't remember who it was. I wish I could remember the name, username 571 Hokie or something. They pretty much said something like, Pry was a good caretaker. He did a great job of caring for the program and getting the program to a certain spot, but he's not a good head coach. It's time for us to get a real head coach in that knows how to win, that knows how to build. That's what it is, man. It's like it's just, if he was getting paid $950,000 maybe, and we had to, I hate that it's always about money, but it's about money. Like, he's getting paid really good money to be a bad coach. And like I said, I know Shelton's sitting on his points that he's going to make, but some of this stuff is alarming when you look at like records against winning teams, records against, when you're leading a game at this, like, it's just 0-16, 1 in 17. It's crazy numbers, man. They're just tired of it. So it is no, from my perspective, there is no, if we do this, we're losing, we're losers. We're not winning nothing. Even going into this weekend, I'm saying we're gonna lose. I won't pick us to win against anybody because of what I've seen Saturday night. It was terrible. Like Sheldon said, we got outgained. I think we had negative yards in the second half.
All right, here he comes.
Here we go.
Oh man. First of all,
Andretti,
long time, always in the chat, always lighting it up. Andretti, welcome to BCP, buddy. Can you hear us?
We can't hear you, Andretti, if you talk.
Not hear you.
Okay, we hear you a little bit.
Hear you a little bit. Make sure you got the speaker on.
Can you hear me?
Very, very low.
Very low,
Faintly.
yeah. Let me try to ramp you up here. Hang on just a second.
Hold on. Stay on the line. I should have called my neighbor about how to do this shit.
Man, messing me up.
All right, give that a go. Let's see what we got.
Go ahead.
I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey,
Now we
okay.
hear you.
I can hear
We
you.
got you
Good
good
enough
enough now. Yeah, we good.
Go ahead, man.
How you feeling, Andretti?
What's up,
Tell
folks?
us how you feel. Tell us how you feeling, brother.
Man, fuck Tech, man.
You got the Eagles hat
I'm
on.
pissed
You say
for
you
real,
done.
man. Like, I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed.
I feel you. I mean, I think that's kind of how we all are right now. Yeah.
Pride drones, all of them gotta go, bro. I don't like nobody no more. I'm serious.
Ship them
I
all
don't
off.
like nobody.
Andretti said he hate everything right now about Virginia Tech.
I don't even like number 20 no more. I'm done with everybody. Started burn the whole house down. Yeah, I'm sick of them, bro.
Nah, I get it. I understand, man. I mean, that's kind of how everybody feeling.
So I got a lot of friends, man. We beef all the time. My boys like Penn State. Of course, everybody like Ohio State. So everybody called me. You still fucking with the Hokies? I'm like, God damn.
Oh,
Man, they tried to recruit you?
that's
Bro.
dirty.
They trying to recruit you?
Yeah, it's bad.
They
man.
dropping bags? They dropping bags, Andretti? Man, come on.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I'm sick, man. I don't think we're gonna be ODU.
I definitely don't feel good about it.
I don't feel the line went from 10.5 to 7 in like 12 hours.
If you
That
can't
tells you
block
how
the
everybody's
players,
feeling about us.
How we gonna win if you can't block?
Yeah, 2 starting linemen get hurt.
And that's all it took for the wheels to fall off the
It
offense.
won't
Apparently.
Hold on.
How do we not have a mitigation strategy for a lineman going down? Like, at some point, like, you got to be able, you got to not only account for that in your depth, but account for that as an offensive coordinator. Like, that's on Monty. You got to say, all right, well, we don't have the time that we normally have. We don't have this. We don't have that. I've got to do something to get the ball out of my quarterback's hands fast. We got to take advantage of this pass rush that they're bringing. None of that.
Yeah, man.
What coach is available? Can we really get Gruden? Can we afford
Well, that's the whole thing. The first thing is you got to let everything out and how you feel. And it's coming out now, everybody. There is effectively, from everything that I have read, and we have probably read the last 72 hours, ain't nobody on their side anymore. And if people start not getting on their side, the people who have a lot of this, who give that money, it's going to say, I'm not giving you this $10 million this year unless some shit changes.
Yeah.
So this is the airing of the grievances, because I think we all get to feel that probably in the next couple months it's all going to happen.
They're going to hold the money out there, but they're going to have them tight hands on it where say, hey,
shit going to change.
I'm not letting this go until something happens.
So, Andretti, real quick before we let you go, just how did you up in Philly, man? How did you become a tech?
No, I'm from there. I'm in 757 now.
Okay. So did you become a tech fan up there when you got down to 75?
No, in the PA.
Okay.
How did that happen? Explain. Like, was it Vic? Was it somebody else? Or
no, I'm actually Vic age. It seemed like Tech and the Eagles seemed like the same thing to me. Hard-nosed, gritty, great defense.
Okay.
Our offense was shitty back in the days. We just had a Buddy Ryan defense that'd kill anything. And the Hokies seemed the same way to me. Always kind of undersized, strong. Nobody wanted to play us for real. It's just I'm pissed, man. For real, man. I was sad.
We give you 4 quarters of hell. Win or lose, we're gonna give you 4 quarters of hell.
Well, Andretti, listen to me. Please do this,
Kurt,
man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Chief speak.
Tally got on me last year. I was calling for these dudes' heads.
I did.
He was.
Tally got on me last year.
I was a dummy.
For heads then.
I was a dummy. You was right. I was wrong. I'm mad enough to admit it. You said it and you was right. I was like, chill out, Andretti. No, I should have said no. He's right. I need to pay attention to what he's saying. Because you said you called it.
Yep.
Dude, too soft, bro. I like
you called it.
But he too soft, man.
You called it, Andretti. 100% called it, brother.
Too soft, man. Dang.
Andretti, we appreciate you jumping on. We're gonna have to move on to the next person.
Y'all shoot me the link, man.
Hey, Andretti, listen to us. I thought you were in Philly, man. You're in the 7-5. You gotta let us know when you're heading to a game, because like somebody might be there. So let us know when you head up, okay?
All
right, man. Take care. Appreciate you jumping on with us. Yes, sir.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. All right, Andretti, entertaining as ever. Now we got VB Hokie up in here. VB Hokie, speak your piece.
Good evening, gentlemen. Did you guys hear Pry's press conference today where he was talking up ODU like they were Ohio State? I think he expects us to lose to ODU next week.
He is worried. I mean, why not? You see what the quarterback did from a rushing standpoint. Like, they're running the ball with that quarterback. We saw what Diego Pavia did to us in the second half there. I mean, there's definitely some concerns. So it's weird seeing that type of posture from the head coach, especially coming off that kind of loss from Vandy.
Yeah, and then, in true Virginia Tech fashion, they just really couldn't have picked a better time to suck. With all this conference realignment stuff going on, man, my fear is that it just gives me nightmares we're going to end up stuck in, like, the Big 12. Because the ACC is going to go down a toilet bowl when Miami and first UNC is going to be the first one out. So that's just going to be like the death blow. The people on Tobacco Road are just going to lose their shit. And, obviously Florida State and Clemson are gone. It's just a matter of time. So, is it true we had an invite to go to the SEC like 12 years ago or something?
We did. It was not under Witt's watch. It was under Jim Weaver's watch. It was going to be us in Texas A&M. They were not in Missouri. It was going to be us in Texas A&M. And at that point in time, all things being equal, they were pretty much on the same footing as far as the ACC and the SEC went back then. I believe it was going to be A&M. somebody, Shelton, you might have something on that. But yeah, that was a possibility in 2012. So that was Jim Weaver. Again, there's a lot of people
that could have been his swan song there on his way out, but
it could have been. It could have been. So absolutely.
Well, I mean, the ACC is what it is. It, founded by all the Tobacco Road schools, and they consider themselves a basketball first conference, so that's a problem. And the schools from an academic mindset, the UVAs and even the Wake Forest, and now you bring in like Stanford and Cal. From an academic standpoint, they're all aligned. But at the end of the day, research don't pay the bills. It's the TV media deal, and the ACC is just hosed.
Yeah, and the new Nike contract extension didn't do us any favors on that point. So I'm sure somebody's going to talk about that a little bit more here shortly. But we've definitely put ourselves behind the 8 ball by not adapting fast enough, by still being a mom and pop operation for way too long. But at the same time, we are still funded and we still have enough talent on this roster where we should be able to go out there and handle a Vanderbilt. We should be able to go out there and handle a lot of these teams that we've been consistently losing to, like Rutgers 2 years in a row and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, if you're not winning the games you should win regardless, it's kind of hard to make a justification to give you all this extra money, because what are you going to do with it?
Well, that's always been my problem with Virginia Tech. Even in the years we're good, we end up losing the teams we shouldn't. I mean, nobody says you have to go 12-0 every year, but damn, you should go 9-3. At worst, you should go 8-4. I mean, those 4 losses should be the teams that have more money than we do, have more talent than we do. We should never have lost to an ODU. And we should never have lost to Vanderbilt. And God knows we should have never lost to Rutgers. You have to beat the team you're supposed to beat. That's really it at the end of the day. If you can't do that, you are trash.
You're trash, and it is a reason Brent Pry is on the way out of the door, because you take a look at all the losses. VB Hokie here, you say it, all those games, Purdue, Rutgers, even the ODU the first year, the Liberty. Well, that goes back to Fuente here, because believe it or not, Pry actually beat Liberty. I'll go on a sore subject. You want to find a fun episode, go back to 2020 when we fucking lost to Liberty and watch me lose my fucking mind. But anyway, VB Hokie, we appreciate you jumping on with us tonight. Again, y'all stay in the comments. If you want to jump in here, click the link. We got people waiting. And now we got Gilbert in. Gilbert, speak your piece.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. It's great to be here with all of you, and I wish it was under better circumstances. But if I could just, I guess, part my thoughts on this, obviously very disappointing against 2 SEC teams. To me, losing those 2 games kind of translates to what are we going to be like in the ACC in our conference schedule. I mean, we're not going to be playing ODU and Wofford every game. So that is a concern. And also, it's just the outcomes of these games, especially these next 2. If we destroy ODU, is that a good thing or a bad thing? If we destroy Wofford, if it's a good thing or a bad thing? It's also a double-edged sword, because if we barely beat ODU and barely beat Wofford, what is that message sending to the fan base and all the boosters and everyone else around? So I think it's not just the fact that it's a performance, it's also the outcome and how it looks, because I think this is going to be setting for the future here. And if we had all these recruits in this last game, I mean, they just saw a complete dumpster fire, and that's not going to be very good for our future. So then again, I'm hoping that Brent is not part of our future. I hope it's someone else. And, it's very sad. It's very concerning. A lot of these fans deserve better. And I know we try not to think back about the early 2000s Hokies, but I mean, at this point, it's just like, it's all we have to hold on to, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a difficult time, man. And when we look at this program and kind of where we fall, and I think that the one consistent thread that you pointed out there is that this fan base is showing up. This fan base is giving the support to the program that they can, but at some point they can only do so much and still keep receiving this mediocre product year in and year out. there's going to be a tipping point. I'm wondering if it's this year. If it's not this year, it's definitely going to be in a lame duck year. If Brent Pry gets any sort of reprieve beyond 2025, it's going to get really ugly, and it's going to get ugly before it gets better. And I'm hoping that it does get better. But at this point, this is as low as I felt about the program, because even at the end of the Justin Fuente era, there was still hope that the next guy can get it done. But right now we're in the doldrums. We're in the thick of the shit. And it seems like there's not going to really be another side of that being able to come out on the other side for at least a good while.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we just changed coordinators. So I'm hoping that Brent doesn't use the excuse like, well, I just brought in a new staff. They have to implement their system. And that thus gives him more time to be the guy in command chair. But I think at this point, we've seen that the results have just not been any good. So I think my hope is that they get rid of Witt first. That kind of puts Brent in a try it out period with this new AD. And if this AD hopefully runs a very short leash on him, then he can axe him and bring someone else in. If they do take Brent out, I mean, to me, it kind of is logic that they put in Monty from OC to head coach just because he's got that experience in Tulsa. So other than that, I mean, I'm open to anyone else at this point to come in and step in and be the coach.
I saw something interesting, and it's been brought up a couple times by some other folks, like people saying, go ahead and get rid of Witt and get rid of Pride, make JC your interim, and ride that out through 2026. And
I don't like that. I completely disagree with that.
I'm just putting it out there because I've seen it. I'm just throwing ideas out there, seeing what you stick. I mean, Curtis obviously doesn't like it. Other people might feel differently about it. But it's basically the Brent Key Georgia Tech model, where you get your AD in for a year and then you let them decide what the hire is, and whether that hire is the interim or whether that hire is someone that's more qualified, that's done it before, that brings that experience that you're looking for. You at least get a steady hand at the wheel between now and then, versus kind of what we're dealing with right now, which is, a very, very much of a lame duck situation. It feels like. I mean, we're at a point where I don't know if this is going to be, what this recruiting class. It's not a great class already, and I'm wondering if the wheels start falling off of it, depending on how the rest of the season goes.
I think all that's going to be on who we bring in and what happens, because I think something will happen over the next few weeks, because it kind of has to.
Hopefully.
Well, again, like I said, we all know there's people with a lot of money out there that invest in the program. Like you said, Brian, if they say, you can't have it this year, that's when shit usually gets done. Gilbert, we appreciate you joining us tonight, man.
Thanks,
Giving your
Gilbert.
opinion on it.
Thank you.
Come back, throw your stuff in the chat, because you have a couple great opinions there, man.
Yeah, definitely. And Andrew, recruits aren't canceling OVs. We canceled our OV on a recruit for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That is what was said. The recruit said that he didn't cancel. Virginia Tech canceled. So
Yeah,
what's
it
going
sounds
on?
like there was
We
an
don't know.
attempt to reschedule another week. I don't know if that ends up happening, what ends up happening, but it's not because of him.
Right. So that is on us. On them. It ain't us. I ain't with them. I'm on my own.
I ain't with them.
Is this
with the
Jay
Braves.
Smack? Jay Smack, how's it going?
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
We can.
I don't have much coherent to say, but what is going on with drones, dude? I mean, this dude is having some sort of mental thing, man. It is just not looking good. I don't
It's
know
called
what.
it's called getting your ass beat in that backfield.
I mean, I don't know what point we go to Pop Watson. I mean, I was at the Duke game last year. I mean, I don't know how good of an option that is, but it is not looking good there.
You got to try to, in my opinion, you got to try to do some things by committee right now, because nobody's standing out and getting the job done. I don't want to say, running a 2-quarterback system. I don't know, but what we're doing isn't working. But I can say they unleashed the hounds on the last 2 games. Both teams have figured out, we're going to make you throw the ball and beat us. And it's not happening. We can't block the people that they're sending, and they're hitting our quarterback, and our quarterback's getting happy feet. So I would like them to do something else because again, drones is I'm high on excuse me, I'm high on him as a kid, as a young man. He's a great young man. But when it comes down to the same thing we're talking about with the coach, you got to be a winner. And you got to treat this like a job because these young men are getting paid to do a job. You're not getting the job done, try somebody else. Why are we going to keep rolling somebody out who ain't getting the job done? So let's see what somebody else can do and see if they can do it better because that's what a coach is going to do. If I'm putting a team on the field and then these people aren't doing the job, I would have just cleared the sidelines out. When you got what you had going on in that game, I would have said, "You're a freshman. Hey, go get in. I need to see can you cover them." We had cornerbacks running right with the wide receivers, looking to the sideline. What are we looking at? We looking at turkey legs. We looking at ass in the stands. I don't know what we was looking at because we wasn't turning and looking for the ball. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Put
I mean,
somebody else in.
with drones, it's like I feel like he's got a really high ceiling, but he's got a really low floor. And I feel like if you look at, QB2, I don't really know much about QB3. I think it's Garrett Rango. I don't, they might not have as high of a ceiling, but is their floor as low? Because if it's not, I feel like we got to look to them. And I don't really want to do the quarterback by committee thing that we did under Fuente. Because that just sucked. I mean, you want to have a quarterback as a leader. You want to have somebody the guys look to, and I feel like Drones just does not have that swagger right now.
It's funny because like when he plays confident, he's as good as you could find, and then when he doesn't, it's very very unsteady play. Like you said, high floor, low ceiling, and the consistency factor is the issue. His play, if he was even with the high floor, low ceiling, if you're staying around that even keel more often than not, you're at least going to probably put up a good amount of wins. I think his problem is that the yo-yo factor is very extreme, even in the middle of games where you have a first half where he plays fairly clean, and then the complete opposite in the second half. Just couldn't do anything, wasn't playing confident, wasn't making good reads. Whether in the run game or in the pass game, I mean, the wheels just fell off the wagon.
Yeah, I mean, and he clearly doesn't have a good front, protecting him, and you can't use that as an excuse for everything, but I think that's going to be even worse this coming week with the injuries from the Vanderbilt game. So,
I mean, Shedeur Sanders didn't have a good line in front of him, and he did okay.
Right.
So at the end of the day, that can only be so much of an excuse. At some point, you got to go out there and make plays and do the right thing with the football.
Yep.
100%.
Anybody else want to add anything before we let Jay Smack roll up out of here?
I think we're good, man. Jay Smack, appreciate you joining us tonight, man. We got a couple more folks waiting to speak their piece for a few minutes. Take care, man. All right, throw somebody who's come on this space before.
Hey,
what's up?
It's Maddie B in the house. Maddie Blacksburg.
Good evening, Blacksburg. I am back in the building on my favorite tech podcast, Boundary Corner. So thank you for having me on. I don't want to talk about personnel and shit like that. I got to be honest with you. The Chiron drones, all this stuff, this isn't a player problem. What we have going on is deep-seated in the walls of Merriman. And that's what I want to talk about. It seems like the Virginia Tech athletic program followed Frank Beamer to the retirement home. And the energy has just been sucked out of it since. In what world, in what way is it possible for us in this new era of college football to rejuvenate that when we know we're down $150 million, boys? What can we do? I would like to hear from the panel on we know what the problem is. Let's stop skirting around it and talk about X's and O's. We know what the problem is. How do we fix it?
I said it earlier. I think, you start with Whit Babcock and then you figure everything else out after that. And if we're being honest, if you want to run it up the fold even further, it might be time to look at Tim Sands as well, because I think, you haven't had the support historically, whether it's in the public or behind closed doors, where athletics and football in particular has been a priority for Sands. But at the same time, you got wit that it took how long before we finally got that meeting with the Board of Visitors. At some point, you got to come out there and you got to recognize the problem. It's like he was afraid to say, I need money, because it looked like failure, but abjectly, you ended up at failure anyway, because you didn't ask for the money in a timely enough fashion. But at the end of the day, I go back again, money's not going to help us beat Vanderbilt's or Rutgers. Like, we should be taking care of this business regardless.
Yeah, well, if money won college football, A&M would win it every year.
That's true.
So it's, I'm on that camp too. I just found it really weird. Some things with Babcock, especially in that BOV meeting, he said some interesting quotes and phrases. He said something like, I've been crying wolf and now the wolf is here. Well, no, you weren't crying wolf at all, actually. You were pretending like the wolf didn't exist at all. You were saying the wolf didn't exist. And now it's here.
We've got the wolf under control. That was
the posture. Wolf under control.
Yeah. So it's like, but you didn't. And I think so. There isn't an athletic department in the country, regardless of your group or conference or whatever. There isn't an athletic director who isn't asking for more money. All of them are asking for more money.
Always.
Yeah. So I just wonder where he sort of failed on that. Like, and maybe I just care so much that if I was the athletic director, I would be on the phone. I would be banging the phones every day. Give me money. This is why. And here's your return on investment. None of that has come from Whit Babcock. He's a terrible salesman. He doesn't close deals. Our Nike contract solves that. We don't have a corporate sponsor on the field. Our money gets squandered all over the place. Whit has to go first. And you can't replace him and Pry in the same year because we don't have money. How do you buy out a coach and a AD in the same year and then have enough money to hire anybody worth their salt? It's like he pushed us so far in the corner, we're fucked. I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry, boys, but I'm a blunt guy. I don't know. It sucks.
Well, the point with Whit is we've talked about it on this show numerous times. And when he first got here, football was cruising, right? Tally, Ziegler,
cruising record-wise.
Cruising record-wise.
When did he get here?
He got here in 2014. 2014. Frank was still the head coach, still cruising, just won 8 games, looking okay. There was a lot of other shit that got fixed. But, Brian, you said it a long time ago. You can't let the cash cow starve. And that's what happened roughly from 2014 until 2021. Whit let the cash cow starve.
Well, it started in 2010 because we didn't adapt from a structure standpoint to how fundraising is and how recruiting is in modern college football. That started in 2010. That started in 2010. And so you're already behind when Whit takes over, and then you pull money away from this cash cow. You pull money away from this cash cow, and it starts to bleed out.
Yep.
And then you get to triage with the coaching change for a year, and then we flip
y'all be educating me on stuff because, like, I'm country and old, and I'm down here in Alabama.
I'm older than you,
and nobody
nobody
talks about this stuff. Like, I'm glad that Virginia Tech people are so intelligent, and y'all show me some things that I didn't know. But in Alabama and Auburn or Tennessee, Mississippi State, or even Florida, I don't hear nobody, like, maybe I'm a casual football fan. Nobody talks about who their AD is. I don't never hear that. They just be like, this motherfucker right here don't look like he coaching good. We need to get him up out of here.
Well, it happens. It's a lot more niche right now for us because we're a consolidated fan base. A lot of others, like, for example, I'm on Twitter Spaces a lot. So, like, Miami, for example, run 4 Twitter Spaces a day. They go all day. And so the fan base is a lot more spread out than it is at Virginia Tech. So we're very honed in on the problems that are happening. And it's becoming hard to ignore. And it's just one of those things where I think a lot of us, and I mentioned this in the last time that I was on with you guys, a particular word, there's a candy assness around the program. It's candy ass. We've become a novelty, a souvenir. It's like, oh, Enter Sandman, pop, and that's it. We're just like that. It's just a souvenir out of the Disney gift shop. We're not a serious football program, and we haven't acted like one for some time. And I think that's because, again, we followed Beamer to the retirement home. And some serious things.
I love that analogy. I love that analogy, Matty B, because as we got some more folks waiting in the room over there, but you jumped on last December with us. We had some great combos. We had some great drinks that night. But I think that is a good point. And I think Tally spoke it earlier, and I think maybe that's where a lot of people are feeling right now is we love Frank. We all love Frank. Don't ever get it wrong, because Frank is somebody said he's one of one. And he did things in this program that had never been done before that we want to see again, but may never be done again. But we keep saying it might be time to completely cut it off. You know, his numbers hang up. His number will hang up forever.
Yeah.
But get rid of the 25.
Yeah.
Get rid of that stuff. I'm not saying burn it down, but as anyone who's ever potentially purchased a house and maybe it was a shitty house, it's time to go all the way down to the studs.
The bones are bad. Let's start with the foundation. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for having me on. Love you guys. You're my favorite, best podcast out there. Boundary Corner.
Appreciate it, Matty. We'll see you around, bud. All right. Let's pull James on. James, can you hear us?
I can. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We got you. We got you.
By the way, this is another of Halifax's finest on with us tonight.
I think you got the wrong James.
This game. Well, go ahead, James.
Well, I just wanted to say that I was in Blacksburg this past weekend at the game, and the Q word has been thrown around a lot about the players and how they played in the second half. But from my perspective, and with the situation of injuries and how the other team was playing, I feel like the coaches quit on the players. Like, they just did not give them the opportunity, give them the best opportunity to win that game when they were still up by 3 points. Like, you got to run some sort of screen or something to stop them from blitzing every damn play. And people want to talk about money and talent. It doesn't take that much talent to win some of the games or have some of the results we've had. And it's just mind-boggling. So,
yeah, I think that's kind of where we've landed as well. I know we've said it a couple times tonight. We're putting a bad product out there, and we're putting a product out there that's worse than the talent that we've accumulated on this roster. And I think that's the problem. And that speaks to coaching. That speaks to coaching, not only preparing the players, right, but also what you're doing in the game. Because there's two parts of that. You got to get the players prepared. That's where you see things like execution issues. That's where you see things like just not being ready to adapt and execute in a consistent fashion as a player. But coaches got to get you ready for that. But also, you still got to coach in the moment. And we saw in this game when your offensive line went down, you didn't make any sort of adjustment to get the ball into your receiver's hands quicker because they were coming after Kyron. The ball wasn't coming out of his hands fast enough. There was problems in protections. There was problems really across the board. And the coordinator didn't do anything to mitigate any of those throughout that whole game in the second half. And it's frustrating to watch because, as you said, there was a disservice. It certainly, I think, was a disservice in both directions there. I think there was some degree of quit, but I think, like you said, I think the coaches kind of threw up the surrender Cobra first. When we look about not going forward on that 4th and short, and some of the other posturing that was done early in the third quarter there, I think that really fed into what we saw unfold in the fourth quarter, which was just the absolute beatdown that put the game away.
and I think the signs of Pry's coaching tenure being, in the dumps were there pretty early. Like, in terms of just coaching affecting the game. Like, it does not take that much talent to snap a ball properly for a field goal kick against ODU. It does not take that much talent to prevent a running back at Pitt from running like over 300 yards against your team solely.
Yep.
It doesn't take that much talent to beat Marshall. Like, it's just these things that it's been there, and we've wanted to be optimistic and believe, but being there on Saturday at that game, I've never seen a stadium get so quiet and empty so fast. It was just embarrassing.
And the thing is, James, you clearly have been to games. It's usually not that way. There's been games where Tech's down 14 points with 6 minutes left, and it's still roaring because there's still belief. And I think what happened is probably, and I think it's happened to the majority of the fan base. Sounds like you. We know it's us. The belief is now gone. Like, the belief's gone. Like, he is not going to get us where we need to go, and it's time to cut bait. It's time to cut with wit. It's time to basically start anew.
All right, well, that's about all my piece there, but I enjoy listening to you guys. I found y'all last year, and you guys are a fun pod to listen to.
Appreciate
you being on,
James.
man.
Appreciate it, James.
Coming on too.
Appreciate it.
Shelton, before we throw Josh, hold tight with us, man. James, the James I'm talking about's on here now. We'll throw him on in a few minutes. Shelton, unload on a couple of the things that you've got.
Well, I mean, it would be a few minutes, but I guess.
What's your biggest one?
I'd say just, I don't know, man. I feel like people don't understand like how hard it is to be this bad in close games like Prize been. And I know like, you know, the last two games haven't been close. Like that's not necessarily like, you know, directly relevant to the current discourse, but like it's simple. It's emblematic of like larger, you know, structural issues, like just a complete and utter lack of attention to detail. I mean, Chris Cullen was saying, you know, on the boards the other day, like this is a staff that will show up like an hour late to the media interviews because they start practice an hour late. Like if you can't even be on time for your own schedule, like what are you even doing, man? I don't even understand the operation that's going on here. I think it kind of reflects itself on the field in the close game records.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. And the thing is too, like if we play anybody who punches, like if things are on script and things are going good, we've seen Prize calm, he can keep the team going. But if we play anybody who punches and we take a hit, he done.
We ain't getting
his
back
pants.
up.
No, he done. And it's like you can only do that so many times before people say, "Okay, that's you." It ain't no turn the corner no more. That's who he is.
Yep.
That's the team that he's created. That's the culture that he's created. Sheldon just threw some new stuff at me that I didn't even know about. If you ain't getting the stuff on time, if you're going out partying and drinking and driving, and then your players doing it, like, come on, man. That's why another reason why I don't want to get into all that today. But when people was like, oh, he needs to be this and he's supposed to be raising men, you don't start developing young men on the field. They see it in you. It's more to it than that. So we got we got the best caller on here now. What's
That's
little
right.
man's name?
Little man's name is Sutton.
Sutton. Don't let Sutton watch Virginia Tech. He'll throw up.
I failed. We watched last week on Sunday, and then we watched on Saturday. But
what you got
I agree
for
with
us,
y'all
Josh?
saying, and then it's hard for me because like I live in Texas, so like I'm seeing Texas Tech, A&M throw the bag to get where we need to be in college football, and it's just like Virginia Tech's not doing it because of wit, really. And like y'all were saying earlier, like I tuned into the TSL like recap of the game today, and like which track record of hiring football coaches. This man's basically 0 for 3.
Yep.
The coach that he hired at Cincinnati was a terrible football coach, and apparently now he's a U.S. senator. So
Tommy,
he is a senator for Jonathan Talley.
Yeah.
And then too, like, I know we're down bad as a fan base, like, because I tune into y'all practically every week whenever y'all stream or whatever. Tally always wearing Hokie gear. This man's ain't got nothing on this time.
And I'm wearing Brave stuff, so that's even worse than the Hokies right now. So you know I'm
Man,
down
no.
bad.
That's co-misery right now, man.
Yeah, because then
I'm wearing Brave stuff. I didn't want to put nothing orange on, nothing maroon.
no, I get it.
No, we down
No, and then
bad, man.
yeah, like it's just hard. Like I've always watched the Hokie game through, but except like this weekend, the start of the fourth quarter, like I started watching the OU Michigan game. Like that just had my full attention. So like it's like
Because
I
it
don't
ain't even fun. It ain't, Josh, am I wrong? It's not even fun when you're watching some games now because it don't even look like football. Like we just look like we out there going through the motions. Like people
literally
don't
it's like
people don't even care.
it's like they pay more attention to Pry writing on his notepad with the red pen for all of our fuck ups really that aren't gonna get fixed.
Right.
Again, why has
So
that not been passed on to an intern or somebody else on the sideline? Like
Quit
you
doing
stay
that.
engaged in the game. I don't need you making the notes.
exactly, like pass that to the person who's supposed to help you with clock management so you're aware of what's going on.
I told them at the beginning of the season to hire Shelton. They didn't do it. That's what's wrong.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
They got it fixed.
Shelton would have been on that.
All right, Josh, I'm gonna ask you real quick because we asked Andretti earlier. Because he grew up in the Philly area. Are you originally from Texas?
So originally I was born in Florida because my mom was active duty Air Force.
Okay.
So I moved around a lot, and like my story for Virginia Tech is like she was stationed at Langley. So like I turned the TV on one day. Marcus Vick and VT was dog walking somebody back in the day, and I was just like, all right, I'm hooked. So like I've been through the Tyrod, the Logan, the Gerard, the Fuente era. So like, yeah, it's just hard seeing some of these other like Texas schools that I see on a weekend basis really just like being able to pay for all this top end talent that like we'd never be able to afford because nobody backs the money for it.
But this is the thing too. So I'm kind of in the same situation as Josh. But when you talk about, he's talking about the schools in Texas, right? You got Baylor, Texas Tech, Texas,
SMU.
Then you start to go into the Oklahomas, Oklahoma State.
Texas Tech been throwing some money this year in particular.
But this is the thing, though. All of those schools, like out of those schools, it may be like one school that really has a chance to win it all. You know what I'm saying? Like they're throwing money and stuff, but it's not like they're this is what we got to do to win. Like Texas just kind of got back. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just normal teams.
The return on investment is still not good.
We could be
especially
a
if you're
normal
targeting
team. We
high
could be a
school
normal
talent.
team with normal money. Like I ain't saying that I'm okay with winning 8 games a year, but we should have been had some 8 game seasons with what we have.
Yeah,
like
for sure. I agree.
To get to the next level, sure, but the money is the problem in the long-term scheme of things. But the problem right now that we seen on that field last week, and what we need is we don't have a head coach.
We need
that
a
knows
coach.
what the fuck he is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Brenton James Pry does not know what the fuck he is doing.
Nope.
He needs some help. I don't care what he do. Take his $4 million, go to the Bahamas, look at some titties.
I would.
We need you to leave.
I don't know about that.
We need you to go. We need you out. Get
Well,
out.
listen, Josh.
Sutton, I'm sorry.
Sunday, sorry. Well, Josh, listen, man. Appreciate you jumping, Sutton. Appreciate you jumping. He's just like, Dad, I just wanted to get some airtime tonight, man.
You gotta get the airtime, man.
You gotta get the airtime.
And thanks for sharing your story, because like when you see people from Texas and a guy who grew up in Philly, and it's like, that's how I became a Tech fan. I turned on the TV and there was this unbelievable athlete running down the field. We appreciate it, man. So keep listening, and we'll see you around.
Of course, sounds good.
Sutton was doing better than Pry with his pad.
All right, I think based on our time here, I think James, you're gonna be the last one on here. And,
right.
I'm gonna preface this. Everybody on here that's probably listening knows how far me and Curtis goes back.
You go back further.
This man on camera, I go back with probably the farthest than anybody that I know that I'm still in contact with. So James Ambrose, everybody.
James,
What's going on,
Ambrose,
fellas?
what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, love you guys. Love listening to you guys first and foremost, man. See, Curtis, been too long since we've hung out, so we got to do something soon.
Way too long, bro.
But yeah, man, like, Brian, you know this most than anyone. Like, I've been a diehard Tech fan forever, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
you remember going back in middle school where, our principal was an official for the Big East. He'd bring those programs back. And like, that's the first thing you would go to the library to check out, right? Those programs from the Big East, you saw Kenoxidon on it. Like, saw all these great players on it. Like, one of my fondest memories as a kid was watching that Sugar Bowl in '95 with my dad. Like, I remember sitting vividly on the sofa with my dad watching the Sugar Bowl, and he's like, "I tell you what, if we beat Texas, we're gonna go light some fireworks." I was like, "Heck yeah, let's go Hokies!" So, so for me, like, and now that I have a son who's 9, and like I'm trying to get him, like, he loves sports, so no trying, but trying to like get him to love sports like I love sports, to love a team like we love a team, right? Like, we grew up with the team, we love this team, we're passionate about this team, and to like watch them lay eggs like this time and time again. And granted, like, now he's had one great experience. We went to Boston College last year, and with the exception of the third quarter, it was a great game. And Brian, I get to talk to you all the time when I, through text messages most often, like during the games. But like, one thing for me is like, it sucks that, my experience as a young kid watching Virginia Tech football was excellent. Like, you had some losses, like, and there were always times when like you knew we didn't have the best players, we didn't have the best talent, but we had a coach who gave a damn. And I think that's the issue. Like, we had a coach who cared, like Frank Beamer at the time, and like he took a program that was in the dirt and he turned it into something special. He turned it into something great for everybody. And now, like, we got to live that experience. We got to watch the Sugar Bowls. We got to, some of my best experiences, in
With your
college,
brother,
especially.
dude.
What's
I
that?
remember with your brother.
Yeah, like, I mean,
your brother, man, up until
yeah.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
my brother went there. Like, he was there during the Vic era, the national title game. Like, and that's different. Like, you go and you lose to a Florida State, right? But Florida State had Peter Warrick, they had Chris Winkie, they had all these other studs on the team, and you're up there with Michael Vick and Andre Davis. So you lose against a team with great talent. And like, I've gone to so many games. Like, some of my best memories, like I said, through college, like, or even post college, was like, God rest his soul, Brian Wilkerson, man. We went to that Miami game. We got to storm the field, man. That's remarkable. And I'm saying the thing is, like, I want my son to live this. Like, I want my son to experience this. The Tech Nebraska game where, Tyrod did it, Mikey, Tyrod did it. Like, I was at the game, so like, having to live those experiences were great. And for me as a fan now with kids and like trying to, raise them through this, like, we're watching the Tech game last Sunday against South Carolina. It's like, okay, we put up a good fight. It's a good game. The 2 big plays, cool. Defense is tired, I get it. And then even last week, we're watching Vandy. First half, like, okay, we look good. And then the second half, you just come out flat. Like, and I even asked, just like, what did he say at halftime to make a team come on up there and just die? Like, what do you say to somebody? Like, you say, hey guys, you know what? Let's go out here. We're gonna give them a chance. We're gonna let them run right up your butthole, and you're gonna like it. All right. And if you and even like offensively, right? Kyron Drones was different. The first half, like, he's out there, like, he's shouldering people, like, he's hitting
Running
guys.
people over.
Yeah, like, so what did Phil McGovern, what did he say during this time to make Kyron Jones like, hey, you know what? Don't go get that extra. I don't want you to fall down. I want you to slide. I think that's gonna be okay. You just slide. And then, like, you have a third and a snail, like a fourth and a snail, right? Like, fourth and a half a blade of grass. And you're like, hey, you know what? My defense just got trucked. They just took the ball, 75 yards for a touchdown. I'm not going to go with this. Like, Brian, like, you and I played offensive line together. What would have happened? Like, if we had that, like, half an inch to get, what happens? Like, even if you need to call a timeout, that coach is going to get your offensive line and say, hey, I don't care what you have to do. You're getting that freaking half a yard. You're getting that half an inch, whatever it is, right? Like, where is that? There's no fire. There's no passion. Like Tally said a little while ago, guys on a freaking clip, like, what's he writing down? We suck again. We suck again. I suck as a coach. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. For me, it's very frustrating watching this program that I love, that I'm passionate about, just go into total, just freaking the abyss, man. Like, you can't even make fun of UVA anymore. Like, that's how bad we are now. Like,
at some point, we're at a point now where we can't trash on UVA because we're going out there and laying eggs every week. And it's like, if the only thing that we can talk about is an entrance and beating UVA every year, that's as bad as it gets.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
by the way, James, I am stealing Fourth and a Snail for my
I love it.
Fourth and a blade. And James, so
like,
talking about that, talking about Fourth and a blade, like you remember our senior year, we went through a rotating cast of characters.
We did.
It was me, you, and everybody else was kind of rotating. There was a lot of different moving parts that year, and we didn't make excuses when we needed fourth in the yard just because two guys that were nicked up and they weren't in the game. Like at some point, you got to make the right play regardless of what your personnel is in there. You got to go out there and just make a play. You need a snail, you get a snail.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like with this team, like, you can tell there just seems to be no heart. And I get it, man. You're in it's a new era of college athletics, man. You're NIL, all this other crap, where that possibly was the reason Nick Saban gets out of coaching. Right? It's like, hey, the kids, they're here for money now. Cool. Okay. If that's the case, then find the kids that want to freaking play. I'd rather go 6-6 with a group of guys who have heart, who give a crap. Like, and Tally, you're wearing the Braves gear, like this year, especially. Like, I'm a huge Braves fan as well. So this sucks. Like, I'm ready for hockey. Like, let's get hockey going, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, but as a Braves fan, like, you sit there, you're like, if you get blown out in a game, like if you're consistently losing, like the Colorado Rockies, right? That's talent. That means, hey, I don't have talent. When you're losing close games consistently, that's coaching. That's 100% coaching. Like, and we do it every year as Hokie fans, like the last 4 years. God, I have hope this year because look at all those one-score games. Look at all those one-score games. Like, it's the same thing every year.
If
and
you can turn just a couple of those around, you're on the good side of 8
You're at
season,
9,
right?
you're at 8, you're at 10. If you could just turn one or two of those around.
You're a playoff team. I mean, my God, like, and we're talking about recruiting. Like, if I was at a Tech game last week, and I'm thinking about going to Tech, and like I see you lay an egg the whole second, like you have zero hope in that second half. There's nothing, like I think Sheldon, you mentioned this earlier. Like there was nothing in that second half worth mentioning. It's like. If you guys are Ted Lasso fans, like it's like that one game where he puts it to that funny music and like he's like, this is how you watch this. Like that's how you watch that second half. There's nothing good about it. Like you go out there and you look like crap. And like all your fans leave. Like, and that's one thing as a Tech fan. Like I remember there was one year, we're sitting there in like Georgia Tech, they had Calvin Johnson, like Megatron's out there.
2006.
Yeah,
exactly what fucking year you're talking about.
Yeah, beats the crap out of us, right? But you know what?
223 yards.
Yeah, like, but just about everyone's still in the stands. Everyone, like, you're still waiting. We're down three touchdowns or something. You're still there because you know what? This is our team. We love this team. But there's, like, it's almost like this athletic department, this coaching staff, they've almost like just destroyed this. And it's sad, man. It's so freaking sad to see. It's so disheartening. And it's hard for me to compare it to anything. Like I'm sitting there like, I don't know if I've ever been like this beat up. Like I'm sitting there thinking like, I don't want my son to be a Tech fan, man. This hurts. Like, I've always told him, I was like, he loves playing baseball. I think Tally, your son's a big baseball player too. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying like, he wants to play college ball somewhere. And for the longest time, like a couple of years ago, all he wants to do is play Kentucky. And then like we took him to a Tech game. Now he's like, oh, I want to go to Tech. And I'm like, God, man, I don't know. I don't want you to go to Tech. Like I love the school, but at the same time, like heartbreak this is hard, man. Like this is heartbreaking. It's devastating. And you guys said, hey, man, this is a eulogy for this program, man. Like, yeah, I feel like this program's been dead for a couple years now. It's like we just keep trying to find that hope, like holding that hope and like finding hopefully, like just hoping somebody can come by and resurrect this program. I mean, I think was it like when Frank Beamer said like he was retiring, like what didn't Kirby Smart say, hey, like I'm interested in this job? Like we could have had him as a coach, like he wanted to be here. But no, we go out and we get this head coach from Memphis. Great. Look what happens there. And I get it, man. You have Bud Foster there, maybe like 2 defensive coordinators. I don't know what all happened there. And then Shane Beamer, it seems like he had an interest, but then maybe not. Like you had a bunch of stuff. I think everything came out. I don't know all the details, and I didn't read much into it. Like he wanted to come here for a little bit, maybe. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. and that didn't work out. We stuck with Fuente, and he's signed with South Carolina. And then you look at one of his is Torian Gray. He's on his coaching staff, right? Like Torian Gray was a great player for us. Like, why can't we have him on our coaching
Great
staff?
coach for us.
Yeah, like I mean, like what?
He's
like,
doing the
what?
same job there that he was doing here.
Yeah, like why can't we have you have J.C. Price, but why can't we get these other guys to come back? Like you got Xavier Debe, I get that. You got Ferguson, strength and conditioning, but man, like
Hey, Ambrose, give me a sec here because I think we're at the point, and Tally brought it up earlier. I don't know if you heard it because you got kids, you got to put kids to bed like we do. Is it time to separate? And I'm not saying kill the legacy, but is it time to find a whole new staff, a whole new identity? The 25, the lunch pail will be up in the Raptors forever. 7 will be in the Raptors forever. Is it time, an AD? I don't give a shit who the AD is. I want an AD who knows football, who is going to go and say, I need more money for football. And that's all they're going to do. I love what Matty B said. We need more money for football. You want to win 10 games? You want to go to the playoffs? Give us some more money. It's annoying. But is it time to effectively, and this is now 10 years later, is it time effectively to take that step, not shitting on his legacy, but away from the Beamer and all that stuff?
Yeah,
I think that's what people are saying. We're holding on to that past. When is it time to finally let it go? Because you know how long it took Alabama to let it go? Do y'all know how long it took Alabama to let go of some sort of Saban, or excuse me, some sort of Bear connection? Y'all know how long it took? 25 years. Guess what year that was? That was 2007. They hired Nick Saban. Everyone before that had some sort of connection to Bear.
Yeah, you gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go.
There's a difference between culture and legacy, and I think when we talk about it, you can still have Virginia Tech culture and still be about what Virginia Tech is all about without having to drag through the legacy of your legend every single time throughout the way. And that's not to say you can't have alumnus on the staff throughout this process, but that can't be the focal point. At some point, you've got to reestablish the roots of the program without looking behind you.
You got to replant it. You have to replant it.
Yeah,
and I would agree with that. Like I think, I really think it is time to move on. Like, I think Pride's done a really good job bringing he did a good job bringing those alumni back. The one thing that pisses me off every single game week is the 25. Like, stop the 25. We got to stop doing that. It's because this was a Fuentes thing. Like Justin Fuente started this, and then also it'd be different if you were good on special teams, but we suck on special teams. Like we're not a good special teams team, and then Sheldon could probably look at the stats. I mean, I know when I look at special teams, I get terrified. Like every time we punt the ball, I'm like they're going to return this. Like we don't block kicks like we used to. Like it's almost like when back in the day, and like we bring Beamer up again, but like. You almost expected him to block a field goal or block a punt, right? Like it's every game you almost expected that. Whereas now it's like we don't go after the punt. We try to set up a return every time, or we allow them to run touchdowns back on us with punts. So I really hate the 25. So I wish they would let that go.
Me too.
Like it's frustrating to me. So I'm like,
it was cool the first couple years, and then it got stale as shit. The first year, if they had done 16 and 17, that should have been it. And because the jersey hung up, the jersey's in the Raptors forever, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Let the jersey stay up.
Well, listen, Ambrose, brother, it has been too long since we've seen you. Again, he goes way back with Siegler. Ambrose, you're another guy I got to know in middle school, known.
Yep.
It's 30 years now. So, listen, thank you for jumping on, giving us your point of view, your thoughts, man. Keep in touch. Maybe you know what, Brian? Let's try to see if we. Shit, if I'd have known, I'd invited you to the house last Saturday. But anyways, let's try to get together, watch a game, and see if we can commiserate in it.
Sounds like a plan, man. Y'all take care. Thanks for having me on, man. Love the podcast, boys.
Thank you, man.
All right, see you.
Thank you.
All right. I appreciate all y'all jumping on with us. Everybody, I don't know how many. I felt like we had about 15 people on here. I don't know if anybody was. Hold on. I should have marked it every time we had somebody on. I should have got a notepad up here and marked it.
Good one.
But Sheldon, anything else you want to lay on us before?
That's our giveaway winner.
Oh, there's Jay. He was down there. Anything you want to load on us, because we're not doing any keys or anything. We're just gonna make our picks, and then we're gonna go big screeners, and we're gonna kick it. Anything,
Sheldon? I know you got a big piece to drop. So,
What's
the rundown of your assessment there?
Yeah, so I dropped a piece for the key play yesterday. Basically, what I talked about was, I mean, obviously we know, like, you know, how badly we got gashed and just what a disaster that was. I felt like it was the first time where we kind of saw the team really quit under Pry, which was disappointing because I feel like that was one area where he was different from Fuente, is that his teams never quit, but they quit last night. So that was unfortunate, or Saturday, which was unfortunate. But what I talked about was basically there are a bunch of trends in the Pry era that just defy any sort of logical explanation. That is just beyond any sort of minor offensive struggles or what have you. Just stuff that like does not even compute based on what we understand about the sport of football. The first thing, the non-conference Power 4 losing streak. I do not know how Virginia Tech has managed to have one this long. It is 15 games. That is tied for the fourth longest streak all time in Division I since 1973 for Power 4 schools. And I know Pry did not start it, but he has certainly contributed to it. And it is particularly jarring in the context of how easy Tech's schedule has been since Pry took over. And I talked about this. 2022, they had the easiest schedule in the Power 4, one of the easier schedules in recent memory that we've seen at this level. 2023 was the third easiest schedule in the Power 4. Last year, all 6 of their wins were against backup quarterbacks or quarterbacks that later got benched. So you've got an absolutely gift-wrapped schedule for you, and your record is 16-23. More so, Tech has played fewer top 50 opponents under Pry than any other Power 4 school since 2022, according to SP Plus. They've played more bottom 80 opponents than any other Power 4 school. And despite this, they do not have a single win against a top 50 opponent since he took over, and they're the only Power 4 team in the country for whom that is true. Cincinnati has 1, everyone else has at least 2, the average is 8. They do not have a single top 50 win since Pry took over. I just don't know how you explain that stuff. No other team does this. Literally no other team does this. All right, and then you look at the close game records, 1-12, worst win percentage among 350 qualified coaches this century. So he is literally the worst close game coach in the modern era of college football, which is a story unto itself. Only 3 other coaches have ever managed to lose 12 of their first 13 one-score games. So, and you look at the list, it's like guys you have never heard of in a million years. But I mean, Joe Moorhead, some people have heard of him, but guys like Kevin Wilson, Todd Dodge, Marcus Arroyo, like no human being has ever heard of those guys, even for fans of those teams. And I guarantee you don't know what teams those coaches coach for. It's just inexplicable. So I don't even know just how to explain the baffling level of incompetence on a micro and macro level that this staff has kind of put together. Like, because you look at the 16-23 record and it's like, okay, that's bad. No, it's actually worse than you think, because with their schedule, with how many close games they've been in, I mean, they should be a 600, a 650 win program, and they're terrible. It just defies all human logic. So, and then lastly, I'll end my rant here.
Keep it going.
Fuente had many issues, as we all know. We've talked about, just the issues that he had recruiting wise, development, coaching, assistant hires, and so forth. But I do feel that he had some redeeming qualities as a coach. Obviously, he was way too much of a hard ass and a drill sergeant, and he did not have great people skills. He did not have good, program management skills for a Power 4 program. But if you needed him to be a hard ass or to prep for a single game against a really good team, he could do it. He had some big wins. He beat UNC to start the 2021 season. I know they weren't great that year, but they did have an elite offense with an NFL quarterback. I think he was a real head coach. Pry is not a real head coach. He just isn't. He does not possess the attention to detail and the in-game acumen and the leadership skills that are required of a normal Power 4 head coach, for all the reasons that I've just talked about. Because again, the things that have happened to this program since 2022 do not make any sense. They should not even exist on a molecular level. It just defies all sorts of human intuition as far as what has gone on here. So that's what I have to say. I certainly think the end is near. I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean, they're going to have to pull the plug eventually.
I mean, if we're looking at it, like if you're talking about where Pry would fit in, Pry would be a much better general manager of a program as far as like being able to.
Not this one though, but go ahead.
Not this one. But I'm saying, but he would be better fit as the glad hander, the guy that's establishing those relationships, that's making some of those type of decisions, and not the guy that you want to prepare and win a football game, because that is where he is struggling. He does a pretty poor job across the board of preparing and winning football games. And Shelton, to your point, it's like it flies in the face. It's like it's outlier after outlier. How can he still lose this? We're not getting back to the mean at all here. It's still the same thing over and over.
It's statistically impossible for that shit to happen. Go ahead.
Look, I want y'all to put this. I'm gonna throw mine because I know we got to get down. Put Clean House's last thing you put in the chat up there.
There's two.
The one the last one. Which one did you see? Listen, man, I don't know if he's saying this is torture, like we're being tortured, or if he was saying Shelton was a torture, like he was tortured. I don't know which one. That's how bad things is. He made a double sentence. It could mean one of two things. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. But this is what I'm gonna say. Y'all are gonna go back and listen to this, and you're gonna go through all that stuff that Shelton just sprouted out for about 10 minutes of nothing but gas. I had to take my hat off, and I couldn't even think about everything he was saying. Straight gas, gasoline, lighter fluid going. That's it's so hard to even think about all the stuff he just said. There's no other team that is as bad as we are since Brent Pry's been here. And I got to go back to it again because we keep talking about money. We're paying this man $4 million. $4 million to be this bad. And then on top of that, he gets on the podium after losses and after bad things happen and goes, I think we got a good team. No, sir, we don't. We don't got a good team. We keep losing. You are one of the main reason that we keep losing, and you won't take accountability for it to fix it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I will say this. We are in the age of NIL, and we're in the age of money. You can pay to have a team. I'm not saying that we have the most money, but
we got some.
We had the money to give Xavier Chaplin to keep him in Blacksburg. We had the money to give Mansour Delane to keep him in Blacksburg. I do believe that. I just don't think we managed it the right way. We may have gave other people money that didn't deserve it.
You know, I think we're looking at a situation here where it might be the classic overcorrect, Tally, where you know you brought back all the guys from 23 and it didn't work. And so now you're like, well, we can't pay these guys that are asking for more because we did that last year and we saw what happened there. So we're going to go in the other direction and kind of moneyball it a little bit. And while you got more depth overall, I'm not seeing the star power. And at the end of the day, you got to make plays. And if your coaching staff is not setting you up and preparing you and adjusting at halftime, and making sure that everything that you need to do to be prepared to win a football game is happening, none of that matters. And I think that's the problem, is that we talk about the inconsistency of the execution and the inconsistency of the players, but at the end of the day, this staff has been inconsistent with their execution, inconsistent with their in-game decisions, inconsistent with the way they prepare their team to play and the adjustments that they make in the game. They have been inconsistent, and we've gotten to a point now where this is who they are. We thought maybe some shuffles were going to change things. We had a little bit of hope last week, but they fell on their face in a must-win situation against Vanderbilt. And honestly, if they would have won that game, that would have been the best win in the Brent Pry era, and that is sad to talk about.
That is sad. I'm glad you hit it, Brian, because what you said there about it's the coaches. Because I think we watch, and you do see there are some talented kids on this team. I had somebody stop by my desk at work the other day and said, "We're just not talented." I'm like, no, there's some talented kids on this team, but the issue is coaches are not putting them in the position to be the most successful. And like you just said, Brian, we're not adjusting. We're not getting motivated. I love what Ambrose said a few minutes ago because, Shelton, you've been around, sports programs. Tally, Brian, y'all played. What did he say to them in the locker room? You're up 10 points. That might have been the quote of the night. What did you say to them? You are up 10 points. You had forced 2 fumbles. You'd hit Pavia a few times. You'd driven the ball a few times to scores. What did you say to them that literally made them check out? And that is what a coach is not supposed to do. Get your players to check out and completely just shit the bed in half when you're up 10. This wasn't a tie game.
Yeah, they don't have them mentally tough to withstand when they get punched back.
I know who told you that. I ain't saying it on air tonight, but we know who said that. We know who said that.
All right. Do. They're not mentally tough, man. They get punched and then they fold. And now they might have enough talent to stay in a game and a couple times still get the win. But when they get punched, they fold.
It's true. All right. So, Shelton, what happened Saturday? You don't have to even give me a record. You can just say win or loss.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll win. The thing is, like, a lot of people are talking about, oh, what happens if we lose to ODU? I'm actually worried about the opposite. I'm worried what happens if we beat up on ODU and Wofford and finish 6-6, or dare say even 7-5. I know it sounds crazy, but I still think it's a possibility. Like, we're just gonna be stuck in purgatory. Maybe some people feel differently about pride. Maybe it gets another year. I don't know, but I'm worried about things kind of leveling out and people sort of seeing like, oh my gosh, we're not as bad as we thought, and sort of using it as a reason to justify the further complacency. So that's my biggest fear. Because if we bottom out, you're like, okay, you just get rid of pride and we'll move on. But if we kind of just float around the middle, that's going to be worse. Not saying I'm rooting for us to lose, but
lame duck is worse than an interim head coach at this point.
Damn right it is. Yeah. Brian,
I'm picking us to lose because this is on principle at this point. It's on principle at this point. Show me you can win a game. ODU's quarterback can run, so could Diego Pavia. I'm worried that we're going to see some of the same things happen in this game. I mean, you watch Ben Bell completely run with the dive man in the triple option and like way out of position. Like that's not your responsibility, bro. That's not your responsibility. Play your responsibility. Be smart. And that's coaching. It goes back to coaching. He should be coached good enough to not chase that ball like that. Chase that play, man. And at the end of the day, you got to be disciplined, especially when you're playing a triple option offense, especially when you're playing a team that has a mobile quarterback. When the play breaks down, they can make a play with their legs. And you got an extra blocker when you got a mobile quarterback that can run the football. So you've got to be in position. And they didn't show me that against a Vanderbilt team. I'm hoping they show me that against ODU, but I'm not picking them to win again until they show me they can win again.
All right. I'm going to go next because I want Tally close it out. I think what Shelton just said is probably right. I think we're going to win because, again, I think there is talent on this team, and I think there are a few players who – what are they trying to do? They're trying to get more money. They're trying to make it to the next level. Purgatory. Great one. Where the hell you been, Jim? I expected to meet Jim tonight. Jim, you were late. I'm upset. But I think we win. I don't think it's pretty. I don't think it's one of those we punch him in the face. I think it's going to be a damn grind fest. So get your bourbon, get your cigarettes, get your dip out. If you drink beer, do that. But get ready for a grind fest Saturday night. Callie?
If I got to do it, I really don't want to do it.
It's win or loss.
I'll say kind of what Curtis is saying. I think it's going to be, a grind fest. I think we pull it out, but I don't think it's pretty. We may end up winning by 10, something like that, 7. I don't know. But I don't want to pick them to win just because I'm pissed and I see what they keep doing. But I will say this, chat, if y'all don't know, I will be in Vegas this weekend, so I won't watch a lick of this fucking game. I won't watch nothing. But if y'all want to send me some money, I'll give you my cash app. I can put all of our money on Brett Pry being fired, and we might make enough money. And we can get at least one player. I mean, the odds are kind of looking good right now. Let's just double it up, put as much money in there as possible. I'll shoot y'all the screenshot of me going and dropping it in there. That might be the play. That might be the play.
That might be the play because it's pretty high right now. And I think the feel from everybody, and this is not only us, this is other podcasters, this is Tech Sideline, it's going to happen. The question is when. So now, that being said, now, Tally, I hope you're going to go to a sports book, get some free drinks, and lay your bets down that you came
I am
up
going to do that. I am going to
do that. Yeah, let's get to it. Big screeners, like was it Josh that said that he was watching the Michigan-Oklahoma game while ours was on? Well, me and Brian were too. But there we go. There's the current records. Brian under 500.
Everybody 2-2 last week? Or
Except
no, you were 3 and 1.
3-1. 3-1, baby. 3-1. Let's fire this up. Let me get my picks up here. All right. My game. I am taking the Clemson and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, a home dog at +3.5. Clemson doo-dooed all over itself last Saturday afternoon. I think they were lucky with the lightning delay that somewhat evened them out. I think they get refocused because as much as I hate Dabo, for some reason, he knows how to get his kids focused. I think it is a good game against Georgia Tech, but 3.5 is not enough to cover. I think Clemson wins by a touchdown. Give me Clemson. Shelton.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson too. Like you said, I like Dabo to have his guys ready to kind of punch back after a couple of underwhelming performances the first 2 weeks.
Taliban.
Dabo brings his own guts, so we're going to go with Clemson.
I am also rocking with Clemson in this one. Kind of like Curtis and Sheldon said there. I think they've had one game where they didn't really play the way they wanted to. They had another game where they completely laid an egg. I think this is going to be a focused team in a conference matchup that they're going to need to win to keep their hopes alive for postseason play. So give me Clemson here.
All righty. Here we go. Next one. Tally, this is the one you putting all the money on Saturday night, right? When you in Vegas getting the free drinky drinks.
There we go. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, man. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame here. I just feel like 6.5 is it's gonna be a touchdown game at least, and I feel like Notre Dame will be the ones that's gonna take it. So,
Brian.
Yeah, I'm going Notre Dame too. I think A&M is still fool's gold, man. Give me the Irish.
Yep. I'm with you, Brian. I watched pieces of both the UTSA game and the Utah State game, and it did not look pretty. Where Notre Dame was in a freaking war down at South Beach, battled all the way back, damn near pulled that off against Miami. I think home cooking is going to help them. And Tally, I think what you said is right. It's like a touchdown game. So when it's like this, and I like Notre Dame more, I'm gonna go Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going Notre. Pardon me. I'm going A&M for really no particular reason. No, I just picked them. I honestly don't know much about these teams.
He saw all of us pick Notre Dame, and he just zigzagged on
like,
it.
You know what?
Just take them.
There we go. Next up, Sheldon.
Yes, the backyard brawl. I was really excited about this matchup. Even though West Virginia had a really ugly outing last week, for some reason I just like them to bounce back. I think they're going to be motivated to kick their rivals' asses. Very heated rivalry. So I'm going Mountaineers.
Mountaineers.
There we go. Tally.
I hate both of these teams, but I hate the Mountaineers a little bit more, so I couldn't pick them. So I picked Pitt.
An emotional pick.
Hey, sometimes you got to go with the emotions, man. I went the other way. I'm kind of with Shelton on this one. I think West Virginia has not played that great of football so far. I think that they kind of circle the wagons a little bit. They're ready to play in this one. I think it's going to come down to a one-score game. I think it's going to be under a touchdown. So I'll take West Virginia here.
You're taking West Virginia. I'm riding with Tally on this one because not necessarily that I hate West Virginia or anything, but West Virginia put up 10 points against Ohio. And yes, that was not on the road. That was at Mountaineer Field in Morgantown. I think y'all wouldn't know what Narduzzi likes to do. He likes to rub salt in people's wounds. I think he's going to go up there. I think they're going to kick their ass by about 14 points.
We're going to see. We're going to see.
We are going to see. Brian. Oh. First of all, can we just say why isn't game day here?
Why isn't game day here?
Why isn't game day here?
Yeah.
Because it's a 17.5-point spread.
And that's one of the problems with when we were looking at it, because I threw this game, I was like, give me that game, and then I saw the spread, I was like, 17.5?
Yeah.
17.5? Maybe if it was like 14 or 15 and a hook, maybe, but like 17.5, that's a lot of points. So I think y'all know where I'm going with this one. South Florida, man, that's too many points. The way they played really well. They got two big wins. I don't think this is going to be a game where they're outmatched or overmatched. I think even if they get down, they'll have the ability to punch back late. So I think that at worst, you're going to get a backdoor cover here. So South Florida for me.
Brian, I believe I lost my damn place here.
You're next.
South Florida. Yeah, New King, y'all's stadium is worse and not as loud and not as raucous. So, yeah, y'all aren't Florida on that. But I just think the way that South Florida has been coached, they came out, beat the living shit out of Boise. Like, just literally got punched on that first drive and then just, we've all seen these funny fights on YouTube and stuff where somebody gets hit in the face, they get set, and then they just throw like 7 haymakers in a row. That's what they did to Boise, and then they got in a fist fight down the swamp. I think they're gonna lose, but 17 is just way too much delay. I mean, that is so many points delay, especially the way they play.
Yeah, Sheldon.
Yeah, I'm taking South Florida. That's a lot of points there. They could lose by 17. I don't think 17.5.
Yeah,
and that's what I said. I was like, it could be 3 scores, but it's not gonna be more than 17.
Yeah, and I'm feeling the same way. I'm like 17.5 is too many. It may be 14. It may be 17. I think Miami is the more talented team and will win, but I don't think that they'll beat them by 21 points, 18 points, anything like that.
Sorry to cover your face up, Tally, but sure.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right. Well, there it is right there. That are our picks for this week. Listen, I'm going to say it again. Before we wrap it up, appreciate everybody. Hey, everybody in the chat tonight, y'all lit it up. But we were telling everybody to come on and talk. For everybody that came on and talked and gave their piece, that's what we wanted. We had so many different viewpoints, so many different angles. And tonight is something Brian had wanted to do for a while, and we found the perfect spot to do it because everybody's pissed right now because ain't nobody happy. Love to hear y'all's viewpoints on that. And with that being said, let's wrap up this episode of the Boundary Corner Podcast. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Brian Siegler.
Jonathan Talley.
And I'm Sheldon Moss.
We are brought to you by the Counts Family Pharmacy in Blacksburg and Moments on the Maury in Lexington. We are also part of the College Huddle Network. Check out our website, boundarycornervt.com, and listen to all of our episodes. Seriously, go back and listen to November 2020 and see me and Brian both lose our minds. Not as bad tonight because I think we had people basically losing our minds for us in here, which is a great thing. Makes me sleep easier at night. Go back, check out that. Follow us Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We are on YouTube. Also, any podcast source. Listen to this tomorrow on your podcast sources. As always, we let our buddy Jason Long play us in, play us out. Check out jasonlongmusic.com where you can link to all of his music everywhere he's got it. Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. Also has his live events down in the New River Valley. We appreciate y'all not only for listening tonight, we appreciate y'all for jumping on with us. And as always, as much as they make our lives miserable right now, and we want to throw things, let's go.
Hokie.